On one totally normal day, aliens decided to drop by Earth, and by drop by, I mean absolutely destroy everything. These weren't your average green guys with weird antennas. I am sorry, Planet 51 and hundreds of other movies. These were called Evas, supposedly the strongest creatures in the universe. And guess what? They lived up to the hype. Humanity, yeah, we were cooked. People were told to evacuate, panic spread, governments collapsed. It was pure chaos. And then, time for the plot twist, baby. Huh, you thought we were done. Joke's on you. But this video wouldn't have been this long if that were the case. Well, anyway, the Evas had brought with them a strange cosmic substance called the element. I definitely never heard of it, have you? I bet you haven't. This element ended up awakening hidden powers in humans, called the alpha abilities. Finally, humans could fight back and get their shit together, so what did humanity do? Any guesses? Wrong. They opened schools, because of course, we need exams to survive an alien apocalypse. These Hachi schools trained teenagers with alpha abilities to fight the Evas. You had to be 15 or older to get in, because nothing screams responsible like handing superpowers and responsibilities to hormonal teens. Now, let's talk about our main character, Kuroboshi Gui, not a warrior, not a genius. You guessed it right. He's the janitor in the school. Yep. Our hero is literally mopping floors while everyone else is throwing fireballs and kicking asses. Oh, and did I mention he has no alpha ability at all? Sounds like Solo coughs, chokes to death, which means he's what they call unranked, bullied, mocked, and ignored. Classic main character status unlocked. Now, only a girl can save him. But Guy's not just a punching bag. He actually believes in something wild, something insane, something you never even heard of. Hard work. His mom once told him, "Your worth isn't in what you have. It's in what you do." And he took that seriously, like he followed this advice. So he stands up for himself and gets attacked for it, because nothing encourages character growth like getting punched in the face. Then enters Hyuga Orion, a S-rank student, also known as the Ice Wall Witch. Cool powers, cool nickname, cool attitude. I see where it's going now. She saves Guy. I freaking knew it, because clearly someone has to. Meanwhile, Guy's mom, in a coma. Turns out she couldn't handle her alpha ability and collapsed. The doctors call it incurable for now, which sounds suspiciously like plot setup. Definitely not something that already happened somewhere else. Later that day, Guy finishes cleaning because that's what janitors do, obviously, and steps outside for some more cleaning. He sees the students training like usual blasting powers, flexing ranks, NPCs cheering for strong characters, the usual teenage superhero stuff, but suddenly, the alarms go off. An Eva has appeared, and it's massive, like, this shouldn't be real. Massive. So the massive Eva, yeah, it turns out it's one of the strongest species. And people? Yeah, you got any hopes for them? They were running away like Asians, running for a supermarket sale. Clears throat. Meanwhile, our ice-cold queen, Hyuga Orion, tells everyone to team up. Because, you know, if the top-ranked fighters are cooked, then clearly the backup plan is, oh, there's no backup plan. And then the Eva eats someone. Surprised Orion noises. World domination and snacks, I am all in. Just as the monster marches toward Orin, boom, our janitor, the Messiah, the one and only Gui, throws a bag of leaves at it like he's trying to win a gardening competition and literally picks her up and jumps into the sewers. Amidst the chaos, Orin's like, why would a janitor do something so reckless? And Gui hits us with the classic wisdom, you don't need special abilities to help people. Oh, sure, but not everyone got a plot armor of their own. Aw. So wholesome, I almost forgot. There's a giant alien above them. Orion thanks him. She might even be a little impressed, yay? And they crawl their way to a shelter, but oh no, plot twist. Definitely didn't see it coming. The shelter's about to close. They beg to be let in, But the place is packed tighter than a school festival booth, and the guards aren't about to risk letting 2 more people in. Just kidding. There are no guards, just people taking shelter. But wait, Orion is top tier, so they let her in. As for our janitor boy, rejected. Because being unranked apparently makes you a liability even during an alien apocalypse. So, what does Guy do? He shoves Orin in and gets locked out like a true shonen protagonist, him almost crying, and guess who pulls up again? Yup, the Eva, and guess what happens next? Of course, he gets absolutely deleted from the timeline, but hey, at least he was brave enough to face the Eva, despite not having any alpha ability. And while lying there half dead, he thinks to himself, man, I always wanted powers. I wanted to stand up for myself and my mother, but guess it's too late now. Except, plot armor says hi. I mean, at this point, it's not even an armor anymore, it's engraved into his skin. Turns out, the requirement to awaken Gui's alpha ability was his death, not me having flashbacks, coughs. He awakens a new ability, something that literally consumes the Eva and revives Gui while giving him this insane power boost. It's like a rebirth. Now, he is hungry as of probably for justice, or maybe just revenge, or something else. We will surely know ahead. Give it back. That's the first thing Guy hears as the chaos finally calms down. He's in a hospital bed, bruised, barely alive, and now hosting the weirdest roommate ever, a mysterious voice demanding its body back. Guy looks up and sees the Eva, just casually hovering like, hey bro, that's my body. Terrified, Guy wakes up, and it turns out it wasn't just a dream, because there's now a suspicious black mark on his hand, and something quite literally pops out of it. Yep, the Eva's now a tiny, chibi-sized gremlin creature who can't remember its own name, but knows enough to crawl out of its new Airbnb, Guy's body. They chat, because apparently that's a thing now, and just as things start feeling a little less cursed, boom, someone walks in, and it's our girl Orion, and she's full of emotions, tears, concern, and a solid reminder that Gui is still the janitor who threw himself into a battle with 0 powers and somehow lived. Now it gets chilly, and not because the AC's broken, but because Orine's clearly suspicious and infuriated. She starts grilling Gui like, how are you alive? Where's the Eva? Why did you disobey me? More like, how dare you? Why do you look like you woke up after a demon exorcism? Okay, just kidding. Turns out Guy's been out cold for a week. And conveniently, during the Eva attack, all cameras, radios, and devices went offline. Classic. The report? Every single person was wiped out. Except for one boy. Guess who? Orion wants answers. And when Gui hesitates, probably trying to avoid getting sent to Area 51, not really, the Avaya suggests him to lie to her. But Gui, now basically a saint, just says, lying is bad, and starts dropping the truth bombs. And just when you thought Orion couldn't be more surprised, she sees that black mark on Gui's hand, or so we thought. The same one he didn't ask for. Her face? Absolutely shocked. Us? Just trying to figure out. What the hell does she know about it? Turns out, Orini can't see the black mark. Or the Eva, just like I can't see my future. That's right. Guy's officially the only one dealing with the supernatural parasite hanging out in his body like it pays rent. Orine, bless her lawfully neutral soul, starts demanding answers like a cop on a deadline. She's ready to throw hands if needed. Scoy. But before Gui can say, it's complicated, the Eva senses something. Uh-oh. Orine's blissfully unaware as ever, and meanwhile, things are getting ominously quiet. Suddenly, boom, a birdie, like actual boss fight material, shows up out of nowhere. The Eva goes, yep, it smelt my scent, and came running here after discovering that I've gotten weaker. Apparently, the Eva in Gui's hand had already beat up the other Evas before coming to Earth, and that is why the bird monster is now after it. And it is here to devour. While Orion goes full anime battle mode, Guy tells her to dip. She's like, nah, I'd win. Proceeds to go beast mode. Still loses. Guy's just standing there, probably Googling how to fight cosmic terror with 0 powers. Just kidding. The Eva screams, run, you idiot. But Guy, being our resident emotional support, runs toward the thing with bare hands. Yeah, I don't really have hopes for him. Miraculously, the birdie's like, huh? And switches its attention to Guy. Guy probably went like, notice me, senpai? Guy seizes the moment and jumps out the window. Except dude flies, lands unharmed. Thanks, Eva. Buff mode activated. Just when they think they've escaped, the bird monster starts chasing them like a boss with wings. That's when the Eva pulls a reverse, hey, let's make a deal. Give me your body and I'll save everyone. Or don't. And let everything around here get reduced to ash. Your call. The sprint continues. Gui is running for his life from the bird monster. Eva's like, hey, that deal is still on the table. To which Gui strongly disagrees again. He flashes back to what Eva did to him and the students. Yep, trauma's real, and this threat, even bigger. Suddenly, Birdzilla goes full flamethrower mode. Massive fire attack incoming. He barely survives. They then hear a woman scream. Apparently, she's in a wheelchair and didn't evacuate. The monster sets its eyes on her like she's a snack. She technically is. Gui, panicking but hyped, thinks, if I'm made from the strongest species, I should totally be able to punch this thing. Right, wrong. He punches. Nothing happens. Nada, like talking to a wall. Eva casually pops in like, BTW, that jump you did earlier, that was me. You're useless without me, you useless piece of shit. It's back with the deal. Let me help and I'll give you real power. With a smirk, Gui smirks back. Comes up with a plan so cunning it should be illegal to be this smart. Reverse psychology. He basically lets the Eva use his tiny human body as a shield. Eva, annoyed and scared, got no other choice to help him. So, Eva slips into the black spot on his hand again. Boom. Power surges through him like a Dragon Ball Z moment. Real. Gui goes Ultra Instinct. 1 punch. Monster equals obliterated. Gui, 1 bird. Monster, 0. Further in the story, our boy. Guy wakes up in a mystery dungeon, not literally, but yeah, sadly. A mysterious man appears and casually offers him some tea like they're at a cafe instead of an underground training facility. Gui, rightfully suspicious, asks, who are you? Turns out the guy's not just some random dude, he's the top ranker in the country and the principal of Guy's school, where Guy is a janitor, remember? His name is Nishiki Ryogen. The man, the myth, the tea brewer, and a baker. Apparently, after Guy's spicy showdown with the bird monster, he was in a critical condition, code for absolutely wrecked. So they tossed him into the underground like leftovers into the freezer, safe and preserved. This training facility is so tough, it could probably survive Thanos snapping twice, or so they said. 8 years ago, Nishiki defeated the strongest species that attacked Tokyo. Gui's like, why are we underground? Then, suddenly he notices Orion. He looked relieved after seeing her doing fine. Orion also felt similar, but wait. The wheelchair lady from the hospital joins the party. Yohu. Her name is Unagi Senri, an A ranker. She's also from the same school. She thanks Gui for helping her. Classic formalities. Then the commander arrives with snacks, cookies to be precise. Cute gesture until Gui looks at his Terminator face and thinks, no way this guy bakes cookies. Nishiki confirm Guy's version of events like a YouTube reaction channel. Yep, this checks out. Guy's like, wait, how do you know? Guy looks at Orin. Nishiki affirms that Orin didn't say anything. Principal, we've been closely monitoring you. They drop some element lore. There's this mysterious thing called element, which fuels Eva's energy and humans' alpha abilities. But it's completely invisible to human tech. Turns out Unagi can see elements, analyze them, and probably calculate your taxes too, perhaps. That's why they've been monitoring Gui, because this dude is giving off big, walking nuclear weapon vibes. Suddenly, boom, the commander pulls a ninja move and puts a sword to Guy's throat before you can say, oops. Guy is flabbergasted. Principal, you're dangerous. Orin, Stop. Maybe we should try friendship first. Principal. Fair enough. He adds, giving a 15-year-old a nuclear button isn't ideal. No cap, so we need to assess Gui. Unagi grabs Gui's hand, and apparently she can see the tiny, strongest species. She announces, his element level is 0 now, and even Eva, yes, the monster, is scared of her. Unagi then undoes her eye patch like she's about to unleash a bankai, revealing her bright yellow eye, and goes, humans are the universe. And now she's wondering what kind of universe lives inside Gui. Alright, so Unagi activates this wild move called Celestial Observation and just casually dives into Guy's entire universe. Not even metaphorically, she's literally floating in a cosmic void with twinkling stars, repping his powers and body. And boom, realization hits. Guy's got alpha powers, but they're being completely sucked into a black hole. Like, his potential is basically on mute because the hole is eating everything. Unagi's like, hold up, and goes deeper in. Turns out Gui's powers aren't just strong, they're terrifyingly OP. She runs into the strongest species trapped inside this dark sphere, and surprise, it's hostile and tries to fight her. Naturally, she panics, cancels the observation mid-fight, ejects herself, and sits there wondering if she's even alive. Relatable. She sips some water, trying to mentally reboot, and spills the whole black hole tea to everyone else. Cut to the principal, dude's on full villain mode again, sword out, aiming at Guy's neck like it's his part-time job. He's convinced that the species Unagi fought could break free and go full berserk later. So he goes, let's just eliminate Gui now, before that happens. Zero chill. Then a tiny, chibi version of that species, yep, same one that tried to throw hands, appears and offers to lend its power to Gui. Seems friendly enough, not a threat. Unagi overhears everything and updates the rest about the plan. They all start connecting the dots. That creature wasn't just some random object, it's the strongest species soul, or like a mini form of it. When Gui absorbed the being, it separated Ava's body and soul. Ava's body went into the black hole, and the soul stayed outside, basically sealing itself away. The principal is not convinced. Says that even if it's sealed, the soul could tempt Gui into using that insane power, and that's just too risky. He lunges at Gui again. For like the 5th time this week, not really, with his sword, but Gui blocks the attack with his bare hand. Guy doesn't flinch and hits him with the line, I've lived without an alpha ability my whole life. I know how to handle this. Still not convinced, the principal goes, what guarantees that? Nothing, and slices again. This time it hits. Deep wound, big ouch, no healing potion in sight. At this point, the lil soul creature snaps. It unleashes massive energy, we're talking serious S plus tier stuff. And the principal realizes this isn't some fluffy space pet anymore. So, boom. The energy? Yeah, it's still rising like rent prices. The strongest species inside Guy's body is about to be fully unleashed, and the whole squad's collectively sweating. But Principal Delulu is out here like, it's under control. Sir, respectfully, it is not. He lands a massive blow on Gui, and the result? Guy doesn't even flinch. Not a scratch. Dude's cooking hard AF. Principal's like, okay, bet, and goes harder, powers up with star element energy, lands an even stronger hit, and still, Guy's out here looking like he just walked out of a skincare ad completely unfazed. Orien considers jumping in to help the principal, but then Gui's face flashes before her eyes, and she just hesitates. The strongest species literally mocks the principal with a smirk and goes, this humanity's strongest? Like, wow, straight up roasted him mid-battle. Insane aura farming. The principal, already on edge, decides to all out. He attacks while Orion calls out to Gui, basically yelling, hello, wake up and take the wheel. The Eevee is like, lol, nope, blocks the entire attack and breaks the dude's sword. That's right, breaks it. Aura farming X69. And then, because that wasn't humiliating enough, the Eva tries to eat him. Yeah, just straight up soul snacking time, yum. But before it can proceed, the darkness falls, What just happened? Why is it so dark? Seems like Gui's back in control. Principals goes, "Who are you? Are you Kuroboshi Gui or the strongest species?" Gui, now fully rebooted, just grins and goes, "I told you I wouldn't be swayed by all this. I'm Kuroboshi Gui." He casually explains that ever since the principal knocked him out, it took a bit to regain control, but now he's back, the sword's broken, and the principal? He's cooked. So we kick things off with Gui dragging the strongest species back into submission, like a tired mom dragging her toddler out of the candy aisle. He literally scolds it for making a mess outside and threatening people. The species experiences PTSD and retreats. Unagi checks the vibes and notes that Gui's star element levels drop to 0. So he's back to being unranked, ripped to the god mode. It was fun while it lasted. Then, plot twist. The principal starts laughing hysterically. No, just kidding, and drops the bomb. That was all a test. And Guy passed. No joke though, it was all just the world's most traumatic pop quiz. The principal's like, "Congrats, King. You're now special enrolled in my elite school." Guy's standing there like he just got a surprise adoption into Hogwarts. The principal explains, "If the strongest species ever attacks again, we'll need someone OP like Gui. But the power must remain under control. That's why they were testing Gui, whether he can dominate the strongest species or not." Gui is bewildered. First Unagi, now the principal. Man thinks he's in an eternal escape room. He even asks if this school admission is another test. Bruh's in perpetual trust issues mode. Still, he's hyped. He's finally got a place to be useful and is ready to go full anime protagonist and help everyone. The principal praises him for his great attitude and welcomes him properly. He even offers to heal Guy's wounds. But turns out they're already healed. Guy's like, "Cool, I'm just built different." Principal also says sorry for the whole sword to the face situation earlier. In his head, Principal's thinking, okay, this kid's body is literally made of the strongest species. That's low-key terrifying. But he just smiles and says, "Staring today, Gui will be in Oraine's class. And also, Unagi will be transferred to their class too, for observational purposes, of course." The principal pulls Orine aside and hits her with a side quest. "If Gui ever goes berserk again, you need to eliminate him. Like, hello?" That's his first day. Orine's clearly not vibing with that task, but the principal reassures her, "Don't worry, your alpha ability, Ice Star Europa, got this." She's hesitant, but can't refuse. Orders are orders. Later, the principal shows off some star element power and asks Gui if he can feel it. Guy's like, "Nah, Chief, just full-on blank." So what do? Assign a mission mode, tutorial, arc. Orion and Unagi now have to teach Gui how to use star elements because even though he can bench press entire soul beasts, he has zero idea how any of the power system works. Classic OP protagonist problems, I guess. If you stuck around till the end and lived through all that chaos, you're a real W. Go ahead and hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more manhwa recaps just like this. There's plenty more madness coming your way. See you next time.